Sounds good. Thank you very much, Scott. All right, so we've got Vicki on the phone. Vicki, thanks for sticking with us.
Vicki, what's going on, girl?
Yes, hi. We planted several small rose bushes about in March, and they were doing great. And then the buds started getting very small, and well, now in this heat, they've completely stopped growing anything. And I just wanted to know if there's anything I can do. I don't want them to die.
There's nothing you can do. They go dormant during the summer. They're not going to do anything. Just mulch them well. Do not cut them back. In fact, just continue to water. Now, here's the secret. In September, we hedge them back a little bit. And by hedging them back, we get that secondary bloom during the fall. And then we really cut them back like we've talked about in January. And then we get that full flush of new blooms come about, February or March. But right now, that's the way they're going to look.
It's okay for them to look pretty.
That's right. They look
bad,
pretty miserable. We got some right over here.
Okay.
And you can see they're starting to see the worst for wear, especially with the type of heat we're getting. But mulching well will really help out, and regular watering about every 3 days. 1 to 2 foot deep is going to be the ideal situation to get them to survive until September, and then we just kind of hedge them on back or just kind of flush cut them, and we're in good shape.
Okay. All right. Brian, good morning. You're our next caller.
Brian?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks, guys, for taking my call.
No problem. What's going on, Brian?
Hey, I got a couple of quick questions. One, I planted a tree about 6 months ago. It's got these little bugs crawling up and down it.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you could tell me how to get rid of them, because it's just really curling up the leaves on it.
Yeah, that's probably not the, it's probably some type of ant feeding on some type of aphid. And this is a brand new tree, is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and what happens is the ants will farm aphids. The ants farm aphids because of the honeydew. Basically, that's the poop of the aphid. Okay. It's a family show, so we can't go too far. But here's what we do. We just go ahead and just foliar feed that tree. It's not going to do a lot of harm to the tree, but you got to read sick tree treatment, because invariably aphids attack what? Sick trees. And so what we want to do is we want to find out why that tree's sick. Probably not a large enough well, not the right kind of fertilization, which is foliar feeding this time of year. Not making sure the bark's covered with some type of weight latex paint. And there's a myriad of other reasons. Send me a picture at gardenguy@gardenguy.com. I'll help you out. But first off, read that sick tree treatment at gardenguy.com, and you should be in real good shape to really get that tree established enough so that it does survive come this real hot weather we're getting right now. Yeah.
Alan, good morning.
Alan?
Good morning. How are you today?
Good. What's going on, Alan?
I'm having problems with goat heads out here in Golden Valley, and I cannot get rid of them.
The best thing...
And I was wondering if there is some way that I can get rid of these things. I've used weed killer, I've used graders, and everything.
Have you been using a good pre-emergent? I will tell you that unless you stay on it, and at my airport, I live right on an airstrip there, we have the same problem. Without mixing some type of pre-emergent in with what you're using as a weed killer, you're not going to get rid of them, because what's happening is those guys grow so fast and they turn into seeds so fast, they invariably will come up. So you've got to stay on top of the pre-emergent. We use a corn gluten, but there's a lot of pre-emergents out there, but that's one of the best ways to get rid of those goat heads. They are tough all the time. And we've got a lot of different types out here, but I'll tell you, stay on top of the pre-emergent. And they say do it 3 times a year. At the airport, we do it literally almost once a month until we finally got rid of them, and then we do it periodically after that. But it's real important that you stay on top of them.
All right, okay. Janice.
Janice.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
I have a really severely heat-stressed and even sunburned Phoenix palm that I just got a couple of weeks ago and repotted it outside.
Yeah.
So it's in a very large pot, and it's really not looking too...
Yeah, you're going to see that UV burn covered up with that, well, we can see it right over there, that insulate right over there. It's going to be real important, but we're seeing more and more UV burn over the last couple of years. For what reason, I'm not going to go ahead and debate that with anybody, but you're seeing it. We were out at Greenfield Nursery about 4 or 5 months ago. We were even seeing it out there. So that UV burn, it's very important. If you get your plant material out of direct sunlight, you're going to be in real good shape, and cover it with some type of insulate. And of course, spraying with some type of liquid seaweed or extreme juice occasionally will go a long ways towards basically helping it out, especially with this extreme weather we're seeing right now. But you're going to see a lot of that, especially this time of year.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Good to see you again.
See you later.
Yeah, stay cool.
Will do.
Hey, more Good Morning Arizona in just a few minutes.